All right. Headphones on. That little squeak was Khaled getting his matcha ready for our little cheers. Matcha cheers on.
Oh,
Yay.
there we go. Didn't spill it this time.
No. What do? We sip that matcha before we spill that matcha. Khaled, it's episode 7.
7.
Lucky number 7.
Damn.
Let's call it lucky number 7 today.
Lucky number 7 on the eve of
A full moon.
Oh, what does
full
it
moon.
mean?
Oh my gosh. Okay, it means so much. Where do I even begin? Okay, I'm a huge person when it comes to rituals. Okay, so recently I've kind of been in touch with my spiritual side, and I consider myself a pretty spiritual person. Okay, so what that means is basically I like to do certain rituals on certain days. And every day, my first ritual is meditating, which I've mentioned before in some of my podcasts. And that is how I genuinely get in touch with myself every morning and check in with myself. And it's just 5 to 10 minutes of just Adele time. It's me. I'm grounding myself. I'm silencing all the stuff that's going on in my head, because believe it or not, I wake up and there's 5,000 things already in my mind. So this is an opportunity for me to just chill out a little bit. Then on full moon and new moon, I have my rituals. But full moon is especially very important to me because first, the moon is just gorgeous. You take a moment, you look outside and you're just wow, Mother Nature outdid herself with that one, It's you're just in awe of the world and the universe, and you just feel like a tiny speck of dust compared to all of it. But a full moon basically is an invitation, because when it's a full moon, you're full. So when you're full, you got to let go of things in your life. So what my ritual is actually I write down a list of things.
Is this the burning thing?
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. I write down a list of situations, things maybe self-doubt thoughts that I have, things that I want to work on myself that no longer serve me, and people. I will write down specific names. People I just want out of my life.
Right.
Okay. And it's very interesting because I burn it. And this is a ritual that I have where I put it in my little shell. I have a little shell that's fireproof, obviously. This is made for this.
Okay. They make shells for this?
Yeah. Oh, I can show it to you.
Yeah, you can show me after.
Okay, yeah. So it's a shell.
Got a few names for you.
Yeah? All right. We can do this.
Can you do the opposite and put names that...
But this is the thing. That's new moon. But right now we're in the full moon because we're full. So we cannot hold on to things that no longer serve us.
Full cup.
Yeah, full cup. So can you add more to that? No, you're going to get rid of the things that no longer serve you or fill your cup up anymore. So I will write all of this down as specific as possible, and I will burn it. And then after I burn it, I make sure every single thing is burned. And then I will put it in my sink and make it go down. I'll open up the water and it'll just go down the drain. Yeah. And then after that, I sage my house. So I open up all my doors, all my windows, and sage is used to clear energy. So I want to clear.
Is it the sage that you use in food?
It actually is. They're dried sage leaves, but they've been dried by a person who obviously, performs a ritual over them.
Right.
Okay, so they're to cleanse a space. That's what actually they are made for. And it's a way to clear your space so you can invite what you want into your life when it comes to new moon. Manifesting. And this is something, oh my goodness, I believe I have manifested my life. I can genuinely and confidently say that everything that I have wanted, alhamdulillah, 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 is literally come to fruition. And even the things that I thought I wanted that didn't come into fruition were manifested for me. It was almost like the universe was saving me. It was the detour that I needed. The redirection. And I've began to trust that all the good things that are happening to me in my favor. And then the things that aren't happening in my favor are saving me. And I believe the universe teaches us a lesson over and over and over again until we learn it.
Until you get it. Yep.
And unfortunately,
Let's hope anyone on there hasn't made the list.
unfortunately, I'm a person that takes a lot of lessons from me. And we mentioned this when I was like a guest on your podcast.
Yeah.
I overextend myself for people over and over and over again. I end up being burned over and over and over again.
So now you're doing the burning.
And and I'm burning myself basically, at the end of the day. And, it's a lesson I'm working on because we shook hands on it last time.
That's right.
It's something I'm trying to work on. But, I feel like I'm on that journey, obviously. No one's a finished product. And I don't think we ever will be.
No, you're never a finished product.
Never. And I'm enjoying this journey. And I'm loving it.
It's good.
It's been good.
Can we just take a moment to say, or can I take a moment to say how good you look today? Let me just... I was a little bit taken back when I walked in. I felt a bit weak at the knees. I was like, what's going on, Adele?
Stop.
Are you going somewhere else?
I am not. This is just my face. Fire. Fire content.
Yes.
But about fire content.
I know all about it.
I've been putting out these questions on Instagram.
Yeah, tell me.
Over and over and over again, I'm getting the same response and I'm kind of giving up. Like, I'm just kind of like, I've been pushing it up. Like,
you're giving in.
I'm giving in. What is it? I'm going to give in, Khaled. And
what is it?
Everyone, it's like, there's like 10 people out there that want me to talk about relationships.
What's that?
Guys.
Sorry, guys.
Guys, I mean, I hope I'm not giving false advertising that I'm like some kind of guru on this because I'm probably not. But it was interesting because the people who have been reaching out to me are just like, please talk about relationships. Please talk about relationships. And I'm kind of like, all right.
What about relationships?
What about relationships in specific? So I'm going to kind of make this in something that maybe I can talk about, which is the ultimate relationship, I think, in anyone's life is the relationship they have with themselves.
True.
I mean, how crazy is it that every single relationship that you have, whether it's with family, whether it's with friends, and whether it's an intimate relationship with someone, stems from you.
But don't you think that that's the most neglected relationship that we have in our lives?
It is. And then it trickles in and bleeds into all your other relationships because you have literally forsaken yourself. You've forgotten.
Full cup.
Full cup. And reminding yourself that you need to fill yourself up first before you start filling into and pouring into other people. So I'm going to kind of talk about how I'm on this journey of figuring out who I am every day. I like, there's this beautiful moment in some of my meditations that tell you you're reborn every day. Like every day is a new day. You've never seen this day before, right? So every day is an opportunity for us to get to know ourselves a little better. But what that requires is something that people run away from.
What's that?
Solitude.
Yeah. Oh,
right?
nail on the head.
Right?
Yeah.
We are humans that crave social interaction all the time, whether it's meaningful or just so that we're avoiding being with ourselves.
Yep, exactly.
And sitting with myself is probably one of the most frightening things ever, because you have to look at yourself in the mirror and then actually go into your thoughts, reflect on yourself. And sometimes you don't like what you're seeing, or what
confronting.
It is very confronting because we like to distract ourselves constantly. If our minds are busy, we have no time to think about ourselves. We're just like, oh, well, I have 10,000 things to do every day. And I'm guilty of this.
Scroll on Instagram or
100%.
Watch some random videos.
100%. And I think I am guilty of this because I realized that I filled my schedule up so much that I don't have a second to sit with myself. Because if I have to sit with myself, which I do sometimes,
you gotta face those demons,
and they're a lot. They're a lot. But this is what people skip. This is what people kind of neglect, and then they wonder why they're not succeeding in the relationships they have in their lives. And like I said, this isn't just romantic. I'm not talking about just romantic relationships. I'm talking about the friendships as well, family. Like, these are the relationships that you basically create from what you believe that your worth, I think it's like self-worth kind of, and who you think you are and your value that you place on yourself is kind of shown in the relationships that manifest for you in your life.
There's a lot of relationships in your life that you may not think you have control of, or you have any power over, but ultimately you are the only person that control the relationships in your life.
You're creating them.
Yeah.
You are literally creating them. So like what I want to talk about is a time in my life, and I think it's difficult for me to actually talk about.
Oh, we're having one of these moments.
Yeah, like
we had this last week with me. Now it's your turn.
It's difficult. It's really difficult for me to talk about this because there is and has been a time in my life where all I want is validation. Whether it's likes on posts, whether it's from people around me, I want it to be liked by many.
Parents.
That is something forever and ever and ever. I think it's maybe a cultural thing. I don't know what it is. Yeah. But the validation from family, it will kill you.
Yeah, it's hard to even explain sometimes.
It is.
Because it doesn't make any logical sense.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. But that validation I craved for so much. So what did I do? I started playing a character. Oh, you want me to be this way so you can like me or I can be accepted? I'll play that character for you. I'll be this for you. I'll do that for you. It's just passing myself out like a free handout. And what do we know about handouts? They're cool, but do we actually value them?
Yeah, they're cheap also.
They're
right?
cheap.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm not showing up as my authentic self. Yeah. Let's be honest. Like I was looking at myself in the mirror and I was like lost. Which character am I playing today? Who am I seeing today? Who do I need to be for this person today? And it was exhausting. And then I got to a point where I was literally like, I can't play this character anymore. I can't play these 10 characters a day anymore. I am tired. I am tired of myself.
They say that depression is when you come back to yourself at the end of the day, you look at yourself in the mirror and you're exhausted from playing somebody that you authentically aren't yourself.
Exactly. So I did something. I decided to do something. I was torn. I wanted to collect myself again. I wanted to go back to every single person, but can you give me myself back? But then I realized I couldn't do that.
No, it's gone.
So you know what I had to do?
Burn them.
I had to burn myself.
Oh.
I had to burn myself. I had to literally start from zero and be like, who are you, Adele? Yeah. Who are you? This is a difficult question because it changes. It does. I acknowledge that. But you're not this person that you're playing every day. Who are you? And that was the most frightening moment of my life. But you know what? It empowered me because all of these people who had all of these versions of me didn't have me anymore. They did not know who I was anymore. Yeah. So that was an empowering moment, but it was also a frightening moment because now you're just no one. You're
reinventing yourself.
You're figuring out who you are. Yeah. You're going deep. You're going inside in a place where it's just a tangled mess.
Childhood traumas.
Everything.
Failed relationships.
After relationship. And it's just funny because when I look back, I was always the girl that jumped. Like I would not leave a place or a relationship or a situation until I made sure that something else was secured. That left no time to be with myself, no time to heal, no time to do the inner work that it required.
It's probably subconscious as well because you knew that deep down inside. So you were like, okay, let me get the next step ready before I have to have this transitional period.
I didn't want to heal. I just wanted to keep on going. But who has time to heal? We got things to do. Come on, chop. Who has time to heal? Yeah. And then I just realized like I lost myself. I lost myself along the way. And then you know what started to happen? Which was even more frightening. The more I got to know myself, the more people just started falling out organically. Yeah. But I'm like, wait, where are you going? I don't want you to leave. How hard is it for us to let go of relationships, friendships, exes, family members, even family members that sometimes we have to have a deep conversation with us. You are toxic to my life and I will love you and respect you because you are my family. But here is your position in my life. You're not helping me. So I need to distance myself from you. But then there are some people that you don't want to distance yourself. You think, no, I want to keep you in my life. But then life
Organically, they just disappear.
They're
right?
disappearing.
Yeah.
I look around. I'm
They're
like,
still there, but they're not there.
they're not.
Yeah.
They're not playing a big role in your life anymore.
You want to know what I think is because you no longer serve them.
And they no longer serve me. I think it's both ways.
You identified that, but they knew for a long time your part in their life. You served them a lot because, you know, as a person that loves to give,
Yes.
you gave them a lot, and
Definitely.
people love to receive. But when it comes to the point where you took a stand and said, well, how does this person serve me? And you came to the realization that it was like, actually, they don't.
They don't.
And they organically fell off. It was almost a reverse thing where they're like, well, I don't get this from Adele anymore the way I used to.
Yes.
And it's like, that just brings you guys apart.
Yes, but you know what's crazy is the people that try to come back. You know, it's like,
I tell you that you've changed.
Yes. Or they're just like, I can't find anyone like you.
Yeah.
You know, like no one is filling.
Ooh, don't you love that satisfaction?
I do. Secretly, I'm just like,
look who came
crawling back. But you know what? And then I look at these people, I'm like, okay, but you don't serve my life anymore. You don't fit in it anymore. And I have this thing where now I realize that some people, and I've listened to this from another podcast, and I really liked it. Some people are boosters that come into your life. So in a rocket ship, when a rocket ship launches, there's two boosters, right, that are going to take them past a certain altitude. But what happens to the boosters once they're at that certain altitude?
They drop off.
They fall off organically. And then we, as the rockets, are like, whoa, where are you going? Where are you going? You are part of my journey. You got me here. You should be here with me, right? Sometimes they're not meant to be there because guess what?
They serve their purpose.
They serve their purpose. And now look around you. You're with the stars. You're with the moon. You're with the planets in the galaxy. You're in a different place. But sometimes we get hung up on the boosters. And we're looking down and we're not looking up. And looking around us, where are we? Where are we at? And then it's like trying to have like an old iPhone, like, you know, those like old iPhones, and they're not, and they're novel because, you know, they're old, and you know, you love them because they were like your first maybe phone. All the photos are there. All the memories all the memories are there, right? But then have you tried downloading the newest software on it?
Well, I've got a really old iPhone.
No.
But no, I know.
Like,
Your phone
what happens?
stops to work.
It lags.
Yeah.
Or it just stops working completely.
Yeah.
I don't have time for a lag.
No.
Where, you know, like we don't have time for a lag. Where I'm going.
I want the new iOS, baby.
And it's not about, I don't want to sound like that,
Yeah,
but it's like trying to hold on to something that has so many beautiful memories, and you've shared so many, it's captured all these memories for you. And you're just like, it was my first iPhone. Oh, it was my first, you know, but I'm trying to download all this new software on it, and it's just not working anymore.
No memory.
There's no memory left, right?
Yeah.
Right? It's time to make new ones.
Yeah.
And that's the frightening thing, is just, it's the trust.
Letting go, right?
It's the trust that things are just going to work out for you.
Yeah.
You know, and when it comes to relationships, again, who are you? What are you putting out there? Do you know who you are? Do you know what you want? Before you start asking someone else to be something for you, who are you for yourself? Because you should be able to provide everything for yourself. And what I'm about to say might piss off a few people, but
that's why we're here, baby.
especially maybe the women that are going to be listening to me.
Okay.
But I truly believe that a woman who can provide everything for herself is in more of a position to find a partner for the right reasons than a person who is maybe not providing for themselves yet and is looking for a partner to give her other things. So I'm going to be more specific.
Yeah. Go deep.
I'm going to go deep. When I was in my 20s, I'm going to speak for myself. I can't speak for other women.
Well, that's the that's the nature of our conversation.
Exactly.
Right?
When I was in my 20s, what was I looking for? I had just graduated college. I'm trying to look for my career. I'm trying to like get, my bearings in the world. But if I was going to ask what I was looking for, like someone asked me, what are you looking for in a partner? Someone to provide. I want someone who's going to be able to provide me with a home. I want someone to be able to provide a comfortable lifestyle, someone who's going to be able to, give me material things that will make me comfortable, because I can't give those to myself alone. So I need someone to partner up with so we can share this together and build something together, which is great. Like in our 20s, that's what we're doing. We're building our lives.
Yeah.
And then I hear about all my amazing girlfriends who are now in their 30s, horrified that here she is, paying her own bills, a career woman, paying her own rent, maybe even having her own house. She is just providing everything for herself. And then she's just like, I can't find a man. Because guess what? What they're asking for a man to provide isn't material. It's abstract.
Exactly.
Now we're in the abstract.
Yeah.
We're looking to someone who has ambition, who wants to build with us, who isn't maybe intimidated by the level of our success as women, because that's hard. That's difficult. And we're looking for someone to be our equal. Like we will help you develop.
The yin to your yang.
Exactly.
Sort of thing. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's crazy to me because these women are so hung up on the fact that I can't find a man. I can't find, like my girlfriends are just like, I'm in my 30s. I thought I'd be married by now. I thought I'd have kids by now. And I'm looking at these women and I'm like, I'm horrified that the definition of our success as women is to get married and have children. When on the flip side of that is men in their late 30s, early 40s who haven't gotten married and they're just more focused on their careers. And these women are successful. I see them thriving and I'm just like, girl, like you'd be a catch for anyone. But they feel like they're failing because it's just like, I can't find a man. I don't have a family. I'm in my 30s and I don't have what I thought I'd have. But I'm like, but look at what you do have. And then the men, they tell me that they're trying to find are difficult to find. Because like I said, a man can provide all of these comforts for a woman who's younger than him. So it doesn't really matter what age he is.
Yeah.
There's no pool. It's a free for all. Like a man in his late 30s, early 40s can still go out with a 20-something-year-old and it would be okay. And then a woman in her 30s now is confined to a certain age range.
She feels like she's a ticking time clock.
Exactly.
And time's running out.
And that's biology as well.
That is true.
I mean, let's even talk about
physiologically,
if you want to have a baby, like if you want to start a family, if that's what you genuinely feel like you want to do, biology doesn't help you at a certain age, unfortunately. So we're, as women, wired to be like, we have an expiration date.
True.
And I think that's just so unfortunate, but it's the reality. I mean, if we're going to talk biology, it is reality.
Yeah.
We can't deny that. But at the same time, even like the fact that there is an expiration date on that, I mean, it hurts because then now we're in a rush. We're rushing things.
And then when you rush these types of things, you tend to settle.
Yes. Can we talk about that word?
Yeah, settling.
Settling. Well, nothing else is going to do it, so I guess this will do. Wow. And it's just, and times are changing. Like what used to serve people 30, 40, 50 years ago or would be enough for someone 30, 40, 50 years ago isn't enough anymore. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Everything is just instant gratification over here. So it's harder to find quality people. We'll be honest.
Definitely.
We'll definitely be honest about this.
Such a materialistic society and, look at the eyes.
When you said materialistic society, I just think about all the conversations I have with women, my friends, and I literally ask them the same question every time. Oh, I can't find a man. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, he's no. And I'm just like, if you stripped this person of all their material wealth, would you still want to be with him?
That's what I tell my friends every day.
That's a question.
Yeah.
Because the Rolex is cool. The fancy car is cool. It's like, ooh, shiny toys. But who are they as a person? Do you have your pink shades on and you can't see those red flags? Because with pink shades on, everything looks pink.
Everything looks good, right?
Even the red flags.
Yeah.
Okay? And we'll ignore them. We'll ignore them because, oh, this guy's providing for me.
Yeah.
He's taking me out on dates. We're going on holidays together. He bought me that bag. He bought me that purse. He bought me these beautiful shoes. Okay. Take that all away.
The novelty of that expires very quickly.
Very, very quickly.
And as much as people are going to say, but no, you know, I'll be happy with that. I'll be content. Unfortunately, or fortunately, there's much more to life than these materialistic, pretentious things.
Who are they as a person?
Exactly.
And I'm not saying men or women that have these things are bad people. No. But when you strip this person to the core, to who they are as a person, can you be with that person
For the rest of
for
your
the
life.
rest of your life?
Through thick and thin.
Because you're going to grow up, he's going to grow up, and the lucky ones grow together.
Yeah.
But the reality is sometimes that grows apart. And I think as a society, we've had this taboo of like, oh, we can't leave a relationship because, I mean, we're comfortable here.
Yeah.
Or all that time we've invested with this person. You know, is it worth going out there again? Do I want to learn someone's favorite color all over again? Do I want to start all over? I mean, right?
It's true.
We just get complacent.
Yeah.
We do. And I was listening to another podcast about relationships as well. And someone said that sometimes being lukewarm is the worst thing that could ever happen to you because it's better if it was worse.
Yeah.
Sometimes the situation should be worse.
Yeah.
For you to get out of there. But sometimes it's like, it's not too bad.
It's either side of the spectrum, right?
Yeah.
It's either it's better that it'd be very bad or it's better that it'd be very good. but
Exactly.
Don't be in the middle type of
There's
thing.
a middle where it's like, it's not the best.
Wishy-washy. That's what I like to call it.
Yeah, it's not the best, but it could be worse.
Yeah.
But I deserve better. But do I really want to go out there and be alone? We can circle back to that alone moment where it's like we're all just avoiding being alone, filling our time, filling our, you know, just trying to fill time basically.
I just want to mention something. And, you know, you mentioned that this is obviously directed more towards the female demographic.
Yeah.
But as a man, I will say that it goes both ways.
Tell me more.
Yeah, well,
Spill it.
I can definitely say that guys also have this sort of mentality that they have an idea in their head that, oh, this is what I want this type of girl, I want this type of things, I want her to be nurturing, I want her to be kind, I want her to, you know, be loyal to me, and all of these qualities that they can write a very long list about. But in reality, I like to pose the question to the boys, or to the men rather, are you that type of person that you're trying to attract? Or are you out at the clubs? Are you drinking? Are you partying? Are you having all of these short-term fun times with people, giving your energy out consistently to things that don't serve you in the long term? And you're almost a hypocrite in the sense that I have this great belief that you will only attract what you are. So if you're not portraying this character that you're searching for, and it goes again, the same for the girls.
100%.
If you're not this individual that you're searching for yourself first, then in what world is it fair? And in what world would you imagine that you're going to attract this type of people?
In no world. And if you did, you wouldn't know how to value it.
Exactly, because it's almost like you struck gold, but what's your value? 100%. And that's the hardest thing to look at. It's like, okay, well, I found this 10 out of 10. She's nurturing, she's kind, she's everything that I wanted, but I'm still going out with the boys every weekend, having benders, you know, parties, girls or whatever. And it's like, and obviously we're stereotyping here, and it doesn't mean like, it's a very broad subject.
Definitely.
It's very, very, you know, subjective to the situation and the individual.
True.
But in the larger scale, it is very simple. Be who you want to attract.
Oh,
first.
Definitely. And not just that, what you said about a woman who can nurture. I believe women have two sides, and it depends on what you bring out in her. Okay. So women, we are either in our masculine or in our feminine energy. We have both. We have that side of us where we're...
So do men.
And so do men, right? But we have this side of us where we're in the workplace, dominating, trying to kill it, trying to prove ourselves.
Dominating the gym. Baby.
Dominating the gym 100%. Trying to maybe work up a corporate ladder. Maybe we're trying to do something, right? We're hustling. We're out here grinding, okay? That's us outside. Where's our feminine energy? It's not there. A man, a real man, brings it out. You know how he brings it out?
Tell me.
By telling her to sit down. I got this.
Yeah.
Sit down, girl. Like, okay.
And it's not a condescending thing either.
It's, I got this. I got you.
I got you. Yeah.
I don't have to sit there and wonder where we're going out for. Why am I making dinner plans? Why am I making reservations? There's nothing more attractive than a man
who knows what he wants.
Who knows exactly what he wants. He's like, all right, girl, I planned this for us. We're going out on this time, this date, this place. This is what you should be wearing. This is how you should look.
And even if you didn't even like the place in the first place, it's beyond that.
The fact that there's an initiative.
He took initiative, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And then you know what that transforms us into?
Feminine energy.
We are in our goddess mode. Oh, now we want to nurture the hell out of you.
Yeah.
Come here. You just made me feel like you got it together. I'm protected. I'm with a man, not just because he made a dinner date, that knows what he wants, where he's going, not this wishy-washy, oh, whatever you want. Yeah. It just makes me feel like you don't even care. When someone says like, whatever you want, okay, sometimes that's cute, okay? But other times I'm just like, dude, make up your mind. Yeah. I have 1,000 things I got to make up my mind on a daily. One less thing would be great.
Yeah.
You know? Or like, I don't care what you wear. What? Like, and it doesn't matter.
Like we said, it's very subjective.
Yes.
But in the same sense, it's just a man that has his eyes on the prize and he's taking initiative, which brings me to, it's also that he has his purpose and he's figured it out and he doesn't need you. And this is a big thing. He wants you there.
Vice versa happens exactly the same.
Exactly.
I don't need you. Because I don't need you to provide me with anything. I can do that for myself. What a beautiful place I'm in. I love that for me. I want you. That is huge.
Yeah.
For someone to say that to you, I want you.
I don't need you. I want you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That takes then
Let me say it again. I don't need you. I want you.
It's beautiful. Goosebumps.
Thanks, Adele.
You know what I'm trying to say? It's just,
I know exactly.
Wow. Like, you know what? Because we take it from material to abstract. Now you can't touch it anymore. No one can touch it anymore. No one can take that away from you because I want you.
Yeah.
It's different.
It's not a tangible thing.
No.
And nothing can take it away.
No. No. And that's beautiful. That's a beautiful place to be.
Codependency is the killer. That's what I would say.
Yeah. It's beautiful to do things together and to enjoy time together. But when you are solid apart, independent, like
unbreakable,
unbroken, and nothing can get in the way of that. Nothing. No one. Nothing and no one. Because let's be honest, it's all out there. Okay, on the day, no one has this thing anymore where it's like, oh, he's married, oh, she's married. It's free game, okay?
Free for all.
It's a free for all. You know what? Everyone's micro flirting on Instagram all the time. I'm sorry, like women, and that's okay. Like, listen, if you're putting out,
judgment.
This is not about judgment, but it's accessible.
Yeah,
it's so accessible. Someone's sliding into those DMs. All the time, every day, okay? Whether you're on private or public, it's gonna happen. There's gonna be a slide in, right? Yeah. There's gonna be a like on that photo. There's gonna be a comment on that photo. Is it gonna make you feel good for 5 seconds or 5 minutes? Yeah, it is, because I'm getting attention from all of these different people. But when you're so solid, that doesn't really matter.
No.
It doesn't.
No. You're immune to it.
You're immune to it. It's just like, okay, that was a nice compliment. Thank you. Thank you so much for telling me something I already know and that I'm already hearing in my own life constantly from the person that I'm with or the friendships that I have. I'm not waiting for you to validate me.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, you don't need anyone's validation.
No.
And it goes back to what we were talking about before, which is we have enough self-validation from ourselves.
Exactly.
And then the small circles that we have around us, that all these other things is almost like white noise.
And it takes work to get there.
Yeah.
To be able to self-validate yourself without anyone else doing it. Oof, that's a lot. It's a lot of inner work. Inner work. Every day. You wake up, you have to make decisions, choices, everything. But what's actually really, really funny,
Tell me.
Khaled?
I want to laugh. I'm always ready for a laugh.
You know that Okay, I hate circling back to this, but let's circle back to the gym.
Okay.
Because
I mean,
'cause
that's our bread and
it
butter.
is our bread and butter. And it kind of like, but you know that a person who takes care of themselves in the gym or goes to the gym regularly is probably a good person to be with. Ask me why.
Why?
He knows, or he or she knows the value of delayed gratification. He or she has discipline. Okay. He or she is not focused on anything other than their health. And if they're taking care of themselves that good, they're going to take care of everything around them that good. I feel like that's like a business card. You want to find someone, don't be going to these clubs, go to the gym. Like, that's
I always said to myself, I was like, and everyone used to say it to me, they're like, bro, you're going to meet, you know, like whoever you're going to meet, you're probably going to meet them at the gym, right? Because, you know, that's the most...
I mean, that's where you spend your time.
Yeah, it's the closest... Oh, yeah.
That's where you spend your time.
But it's also the closest thing to your character.
True.
With discipline,
right.
with consistency.
But all of these characteristics, aren't these the characteristics that we look for in a person?
Exactly.
Right? But you're seeing that in front of you every day. Like let's be real. Okay. Someone who looks good on the outside is taking care of themselves on the inside.
Yeah.
Okay. Not that they
I
are
would disagree.
not 100%.
Yeah, there are situations here.
I'm generalizing. This is such a general statement, but let's say 60% of the time, 70% of the time.
I mean, yeah, arguably.
They have the discipline. They have goals.
Yeah.
They know that it takes work to attain goals,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So
Delayed gratification.
They're consistent. They're not going to be frustrated or upset if they don't see something right away. These are kind of qualities that you kind of want to see with a partner.
100%.
Right? So also, where are you spending your time? Like we went back to the club thing.
Yeah.
If you're trying to find the one in the club, rare, hard, like
playing blackjack. You're putting all your money on red or something, man.
It's sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens, but I mean, I don't know.
But then again, like what I said, what are you doing there?
What are you doing exactly?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to find her there. Then all right, take a look in the mirror. What are you doing there?
Yes.
What if she has the same intentions, but she's looking for you in another place, but you're at the club, bro?
Yeah. True. It's just lucky when it all just, right time, right person, right place, right everything. Like
it all comes back to though, what are you doing?
Exactly. Where are you?
Yeah.
Where are you? Exactly. Yeah. And are you showing up as your authentic self? Because once you're authentic, you authentically attract. When you're playing a character, you're attracting what the character wants.
This is a big one. Are we going to go down that road?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, I like to think that everybody, myself included, will show the best part of myself.
Of course.
For, the start of any sort of relationship when you're getting to know somebody, right?
Of course.
And it works both ways. It's like a game that you play. And not to say that's not who you are, but I think...
But you're showing the best version of yourself.
Exactly. But when, you start to hit the rocks...
Of course.
And you start to see the cracks...
Mm-hmm. Which we all have.
Exactly. And we have to accept that. But at the same time, we also have to think, okay, this is how I question the validity of this relationship. This is how I question the strength of this relationship. Have I set a good enough fundament within myself as a character, foundation of myself to be able, in a platform that we have both built together, that we can withstand all of these cracks? Because there's going to be cracks.
So many. Oh, whoever tells you I have not argued in my relationship, I'll be like, I'm worried.
Yeah, something's wrong.
You don't know how to fight with each other, then you do not know how to be with each other. Because there's an art to fighting.
Of course.
Right? You don't see a person for who they are until they're up against the wall and they're angry and mad and upset.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. Who is this person at their lowest? Yeah. Who is this person when they're upset with you? That's where the true character comes. That's where the real person comes out. Yeah. And I honestly don't want to. I want to know who this is. Yeah. Do you still respect me?
And you need to test that. And,
you do.
And the tests are going to come.
And they will come. And don't go out there testing it just for fun. Okay, some people are just like, I'm bored today. Let's pick a fight. Yeah. No.
Oh my God.
Choosing violence, waking up and choosing
What
violence.
about this one? What about this one? Because I get this a lot.
Oh, tell me.
It's like, Khaled, you never get angry. Khaled, why are you so patient? Like, how are you so patient? Like, doesn't it frustrate you? Don't you get angry? Don't you get upset? I'm like, the trick is, I'm always angry. But I silence that guy.
Ooh.
I silence that guy.
Oh.
I control that guy.
He doesn't control me.
He doesn't control me, and I have him where I want him, because although there is a beast within,
Of course.
I know how to control that guy, and I know that there isn't sufficient enough criteria for me to let this guy up.
That is a really important thing that you just talked about, because you know what? Sometimes some people see people at peace, and then they're just like, I want to ruin that peace. This is what drives me nuts. You see someone living their life peacefully, okay? And then you bring them into your life, you play the character, right?
Yeah.
Okay? And everything's going fine. And all of a sudden, you can't sustain that character. And your true persona comes out. You're flaky. You don't really care. You got what you wanted, probably, from this person.
Yeah.
That's also a big thing. What happens?
Boys, listen up.
And ladies.
Okay.
What happens after they get what they want from you? Whether it's physical, you know what I'm trying to say.
Everything changes.
Everything changes. That's the point where we're either, here we go up.
Yeah. Is this who you really are, or are you just playing this to get what
you wanted? And now that you got it, who are you? I can, you no longer want anything from me anymore.
Yeah.
You got it.
I no longer serve you.
Now
or
what?
You no longer serve me.
That's the moment, right? Yeah. And then we're left either ghosted, women and men. I'm not talking about just women, ghosted, or confused as to, wow, everything's changing all of a sudden. Those messages are becoming shorter and shorter. There's no longer paragraphs.
The phone calls
are non-existent at this point.
I'm busy. I haven't got time.
Changing plans.
Boys.
And then you're there questioning your own self-worth.
Yeah.
Ooh, and then it has nothing to do with you. No. And that's the place where it's hard to get to, because it's just like, it has nothing to do with you. This person doesn't want to be with you anymore.
Yeah.
And as sad as that feels,
it's
that's
hard
so
because
sad.
you've invested so much.
You have. And then you know what? And then they trigger this inner psycho in you, where you start questioning things or feeling that things are off. Your intuition is telling you something's off. Yes. And then that person is like, oh, you're crazy. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Gaslighting all of your emotions and making you feel like you're insane. And you genuinely start believing, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe this is all me. And now you've unleashed my beast. Yeah. I can't be my best version of myself anymore. You're getting the person I don't even want to be. Yeah. And we all have that person that we don't want to be. And this other person is bringing it out in us. Yeah. What a terror. And you know it's coming out in you, and you hate this person that you are. But here we are, because it's so hard to accept. It's so hard to be like, are you kidding me right now? That this is all it was? Yeah. But then the faster we can get over it, the faster we can move on. And this is so easier said than done. When people tell me, oh, just move on, I'm like looking at them like, for real, are you serious right now?
Do you know how much I invested in this? How
exactly.
Much energy, how much
emotion,
time?
Energy, time, I will never get back. I mean, at the end of the day, this time is more precious than anything. Yeah. And I just want people to stop wasting each other's time. Yeah. Be upfront and clear. You know what? If this is all you want, be clear about it from the beginning, so I can make a judgment call if I can be okay with this. You know what? Like, we're adults at this point. Like, you know, we're at a point where we're no longer kids. No. You want a situationship? Say it. You want to hook up? Say it. Yeah. Stop playing these games. Like, stop pretending that you're in love to get what you want and then leave. Okay? That's just, have that conversation. Have these difficult conversations. I will say it. What do you want? What do you want? You want to be friends that have a little extra on the sides? I need to make that call then. Yeah. You've given me the ball's in my court. Yeah. I have the power on that.
You got to communicate your sincere intentions.
Sincere intentions, 100%. Or if you want to really build with someone, and also be clear about that, because maybe this person thinks that you're just messing around.
Or they're not in the place to do so.
Exactly.
And then you end up investing too much, and then they're not ready for that.
Exactly. So it's a two-way street. Like, I think communication is key. I think that's 100%. The bottom line at the end of it.
But going back, I feel like, unfortunately, this is almost like a tactic, right? Mm-hmm. You have love bombing, right?
Oh, dear God.
Yeah. You have love bombing 100%. And then you have gaslighting, which is both ways. It goes both ways. And it falls into the persona of somebody that just wants to overwhelm you and show you the best qualities that they can provide at that point in time. And then once they get what they want, they turn it back on you and tell you that, no, you're crazy. I told you this from the beginning. Like, what did you expect? I told you knew this about me. And it was like, hang on a minute. You were writing me love stories a minute ago, and all of a sudden, now that you got what you want, whatever it was, whether it was physical, whether it was emotional, whether it was just some sort of companionship, now that you've got it, peace. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I read an excerpt once about...
Is it from my book? No.
I'm waiting for that book. I read an excerpt once about what it's like to date these times in age. And it read something like this. Oh, we're just friends. But I want you to do things with me that aren't what friends do. But I'm going to go do whatever I want. Yeah. And when you do it, I'm not going to be okay with it. But I told you, and when you want more from me, I'm going to tell you, but I told you that we're just friends. And then you're left completely confused.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it's like, oh, but I told you we were just friends. Yeah. I communicated to you that we were just friends. But
you're crazy.
Yeah, you're insane. You're a psycho. You want more from me? What?
Yeah.
That, I think, would be a summary of what's happening these days. You know, it's just like, I don't want to be committed. I want to have my cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
I want to have you, and I want to have whatever I want if it comes up.
Do you think it's a fear of commitment? Do you think it's a fear of commitment, or do you think it's just...
It's not a fear of commitment. It's a fear of being vulnerable with someone.
Or the ego telling you that you can get what you want when you want.
When you want it, of course. How good does that feel? Oh my goodness. My cousin one time said something. He said, you know what's easy? Getting any girl that you want.
Why is that?
What's hard is knowing you can get any girl that you want, but staying committed to yours.
Exactly.
Boom.
Wow.
Boom.
Wow.
That
Cousin's a wise man.
He is.
Shout out to your cousin.
Shout out. Love you, boy. Love you, boy. But when he said that, 100%.
Yeah.
That's the easy part is going to hook up with any girl that you want. That's easy.
Well, like you said before, it's cheap.
It's cheap.
Yeah.
But does it fill your ego a little bit? Oh,
of course.
Definitely. But what's hard is knowing that you can get any girl that you want, but sticking with your girl. And you know what? I like to call this the Ferrari syndrome. Okay. I believe that if you had a Ferrari and you parked it in your garage and never used it, it's collecting dust. Its engine's probably going out. Its paint is chipping probably. It's just like getting cobwebs on it and everything. And then you see someone with a Ferrari. You're like, I like that Ferrari.
Yeah.
Like, boy, you have a Ferrari, but you're parked it in your house. This is what a relationship starts happening.
You didn't service it. You didn't take care of it. You didn't clean it. You didn't even drive it.
You didn't even drive it. You haven't driven it in months. You're out there checking other Ferraris out. Test driving other Ferraris.
I'm crying.
Facts. Let's talk facts.
Sorry. I'm crying.
It's not good, guys. It's not good. For real though. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And okay, so you're gonna go check out every other guy's Ferrari now, or the Ferraris that are on the street, but you have one at home. You're just not taking care of it. Are you kidding me right now? I'm just like, oh my God, like this is what happens when you neglect what you already have.
You need to nurture.
It's a garden.
Yeah. You can't just look at a relationship in the sense that, okay, now I'm there, I've got it, it's mine. And
it's on lock and key, boom, done.
It takes work.
And that's what happens when people get married.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Yeah. There's no longer this, oh, well, she can break up with me at any time. No, now we got to go through divorce lawyers. there's loops of fire we got to get to. But you know what? Now I got her. I got that ring on. boom, she's
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah.
I don't have to put that much energy and time.
That much effort. People stop looking after themselves. People stop being
Just letting
the
go.
people. Yeah.
Just
It's sad.
letting go.
It's sad.
And I see it. And then people wonder what happened to us. Well, the things that you used to do in your relationship that were making it successful. And yes, life plays a role in this.
Yeah,
let's
it's not
be
always
honest.
going to have that spark from the beginning.
Definitely.
And that's the honeymoon period.
That's
that
the
they
honeymoon
speak of,
period,
yeah.
right? And that's
Then the real work starts after that.
but that's going to get harder because let's add kids to that.
Yeah.
Oof. You're not even looking at each other anymore. You're focused on keeping these children alive. And we're not booking holidays anymore because we're saving up for tuitions.
Yeah.
All right. No, here we go.
All your priorities have changed.
Have changed.
The dynamic has changed.
Take away the holidays. Take away the spontaneous date nights. You can't do those anymore.
Yeah.
But now you have to be intentional. All right. Every first week of the month, we're going to have a date night come hell or high water. That's an effort.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that you're dressed to the nines at least once a month so you can remember who you were before you were a mother or a father or a wife or a husband or whatever. Or we're going to make sure that we plan a holiday together or even a staycation where we're just away from reality for a little bit, away from our jobs, away from our phones, away from everything, where we can have quality time together because we're busy. Jumping around, trying to work, hustling, getting our grind on, but we're going to make the time for each other. Yeah.
It takes effort.
It's so much
takes
effort.
a lot of effort.
And it's never ending effort.
It's almost seamless at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Because everything's lovely and happy roses. And
Everything's
everything
new.
Like that. Yeah, everything's new and fresh. And then you get to that point where it's like, okay, the petrol has run out of that car. We need to fuel this ourselves. now.
Yeah, exactly.
And we need to both be
I like
intentional
that.
with what we do.
I like that. Like you just got a new car off the lot. It's got a little petrol in it, but it's not going to keep going on its
You
own.
gotta fill it up.
100%. So that's with relationships, I think we can go on and on and on and on. I mean, this is just this is why I was always tentative about, talking about this because I'm like, wow, where do we end and where do we begin? But it's crazy to me that I just don't want people to genuinely be like, I want this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and have this list before they do the internal work.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're the prize. And you are. You are the prize, okay? You are the prize, women and men. You are the prize. So if something doesn't work out as hard, easier said than done, but it's not meant for you. And the more you try to hold on to something that isn't meant for you, the more you're delaying what is meant for you, right? And again, complacency and comfort and settling are not good enough reasons for you to stay in something that doesn't make you happy. And it's not about making you happy because you can work on that. Can I work through this with my partner? Are they receptive? Can we get through this together? Because like we said, it's not always going to be happy times. But you're trying and trying and trying and trying, and all you're getting is a wall, and words, but no changed behaviors. I think that's where you're just like, I've done everything I can. When you can walk away from a relationship saying, I did everything I can to make this work, and it's just not working.
Do you want to hear something?
What?
An apology without change is just manipulation.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Because the apology feels good, makes us forget for 5 minutes what happened, but then does it happen again?
Yep.
And again?
And what is that?
And again?
It's just manipulation.
It's manipulation. And then behaviors that are tolerated are repeated. And you set the tone of what you're going to tolerate and what you're not going to tolerate from day one. So don't pretend like you're okay with him not texting you. If you're that type of girl or you're that type of guy that needs constant messaging, you better make that clear in the beginning. Don't play that game. I'm too cool to message.
I'm going to wait a few
3
hours.
days.
Ugh, 3 days.
3 days after our first, who has 3 days to wait on you?
And don't pull the card of I'm busy.
No one's too busy.
No, everybody, listen here, everybody. And I've said this before on my podcast.
Listen up.
Everybody is on their phones 24/7.
Thank you.
Whoever wants to sit there and lie to themselves and then lie to others and say that I'm too busy. Sorry, I didn't read your message. I didn't reply. Look, I get it. everybody has things in their lives, but that goes back to priorities.
And apparently, you're not one of them.
And that's a clear enough sign.
Clear enough sign. And so from the get-go, you need to make it clear about what you want. Set the tone right away. Don't play the game of I'm too cool for school and it's all good if you're
Play
doing
hot and cold, hard to get, all of these little childish games.
And you need to know what your love language is.
Yeah.
And make sure that that person knows what your love language is. If it's reassurance, if it's acts of service, if it's a gifting, if whatever it is, you need to make sure that your partner knows that.
And
communicate
you know
it.
theirs.
And that you know theirs. It's a two-way street and they might not be the same. And you have to respect that this person needs this from me in order to
value that.
and this person needs that from me as well. So the thing for me is just like, you need to show up as your authentic self. And in order to be your authentic self, you need to get to know yourself. Be with yourself. Date yourself. Take yourself out sometimes, you know? Be like, what do you like, Adele? What do you like, Khaled? Who are you outside of the gym? Who are you when no one is around? Who is this person? Wow.
That's a good one too.
That right?
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it there.
I think you should.
I like that. We're going to leave it right there.
I think we've been going longer
It's
than
been
usual.
56 minutes. I apologize for everyone who's like, oh, it's 22 minutes. This one's not light. This one's not light. But you know what? We're growing and glowing over here. And I love what we did today. And I think we talked about exactly what, hit the nail on the head on something. So I'm going to sip my matcha. Tune in every Sunday on my podcast, Spill the Matcha, on Spotify and YouTube. And follow me on Instagram, Life with Adele. Keep growing, keep glowing, and drink your matcha, kids. See you next time. Bye.